What's your name?
Leonard Mladinov.
And so, Leonard, you are a quantum physicist?
I'm a theoretical physicist, and I'm also writing a book with Stephen Hawking, so I could comment on the God question with Stephen Hawking.
So, in the spirit of our no comments, just questions, what's your question? And to whom? I'll hold the mic.
Oh, you hold the mic, all right. That means it really has to be a question, okay.
All right, this is my form of
Question would be to Deepak to say, would you like to have a short course in quantum mechanics sometime so that we can straighten out your slightly misuse of quantum notation?
Thank you, Leonard.
I would be honored, sir, and I accept your offer with great gratitude. And I would like to be educated so I can be clearer in my dialogue. By the way, today is Einstein's birthday, so we are at a very fitting place. And it just occurred to me, 3.14 is the approximation of the first approximation of pi, which refers to infinity. So as long as your quantum physics explanations help me understand infinity, I would be honored.
That would be good, but we'll have to keep it local, though. I don't think we could make it non-local.
No, but
can I bother you for just a second? What is it?
Sir, do you, sir, believe in the infinite?
I believe I understand to some extent the concept of infinity. I'm not sure what it means to believe in the infinite.
Okay. Do you think that your mathematics requires the infinite to explain things that you explain to people?
We do use the concept of infinity quite a lot.
Thank you.
We do. You're welcome.
What is it about Deepak's use of quantum physics that bothers you?
The term non-local, the use was not correct, and the correlations of the, the pacemaker and the different electrical things going on.
I happen to disagree, by the way.
Oh, I assume you did since you said that.
You know, you're intelligent. I happen to disagree.
I would love to. I'd love to talk about it.
I think consciousness is non-local.
I'm sorry?
I think consciousness is non-local.
Consciousness. Oh.
Is non-local.
Yeah, I've never really run across a definition of consciousness that I understood. So maybe you could teach me something, and I can.
A superposition of possibilities.
Okay. Well, all right. I know what each of those words means. I still don't think I know it.
I'm right now talking to a conscious being.
I'm sorry?
I'm speaking to a conscious being.
I hope so.
Even though the conscious being is pretending to be a physicist.
Is pretending?
Pretending means pretending in the larger context. You are an infinite being who's taken on the identity of a physicist in space and time.
Deepak, how can there be a conversation with someone like Michael or Sam that can have a constructive outcome for those of us who are intensely curious about why we're here and what we're supposed to do?
And I would like to have the conversation if he stops using the cop-out word, woo-woo. That's a cop-out, okay? But
I suspect Alberto is disappointed.
If I was having a conversation with Michael, I would say, help me, dear scientists, to understand why we have this deep yearning. Why do we have this deep longing to understand the nature of the beginnings of the universe? Why do we have this deep yearning and longing to understand ourselves? Help me. If you can help me as a scientist to explain why this is built into the scheme of evolution, or does evolution have to do anything, I am here to be enlightened.
Sam, what do you say to that?
Well, I think it's we don't all have this deep yearning. I mean, that's rather obvious. If you took the 100,000 people on planet Earth at this moment who felt this deep yearning to understand our place in the universe most acutely, and you dispatch them, we would be left without a lot of people thinking about the origins of the universe in any real sense.
What do you think
Without a
people
lot
are
of people
doing on
thinking
Sunday
about the
morning all
relationship.
over this country?
What was that?
What are people doing on Sunday mornings at 11 o'clock
Yeah,
all over
well,
this country? They're thinking about that issue.
They're not thinking about, I mean, cosmology is not their concern.
Well, they might not
The
call it
emergence of
cosmology,
life
but they
is
are
not-
thinking about why we're here and what we're supposed to do.
I'm sorry, I can't-
Deepak, let me just
can't hear
finish.
Dan.
On Sunday morning,
Right.
or Friday afternoon, or Friday night, depending on when you worship, whether you want to call it cosmology, or whatever you want to call it, people are there to ask the basic questions. Who are we? Why are we here? What are we supposed to be
I was
doing?
responding to what Deepak was saying. If
But
you're
I think
talking
that's what he was saying.
People want to be happy. They know the difference between happiness and suffering. They want to feel a part of a community. They want to feel the best they've ever felt and better than they've ever felt. And they constantly notice that life makes that difficult. And our spiritual traditions are our response to that circumstance, and our beliefs, the beliefs that console us about what happens after death, are obviously a response to that circumstance. I mean, your child dies. What you're immediately confronted with is, what can I now do to not suffer this way for the rest of my life? And one thing people have found to do is tell each other a story that death is an illusion, that we all get together at the right hand of Jesus after we die. That does the trick for a lot of people, and people are mightily attached to that story. But that story is really, both it's in its products and in the way of getting there, the antithesis of the scientific frame of mind. And we just can't conflate them. And we have to notice when we're lying to ourselves and when we're lying to our children. And we have to notice that there's a liability to pretending to know things we don't know.